And we are back on What's Up Facebook. Like we said before, we are coming to you live and direct.
By the way, the Monaa Royale.
And we are happy you guys are checking in. Welcome. So the name, the topic is making a name for yourself. And so I wanted to define the definition of name. A name is basically a word, a set of words, a place, or a person name that someone is known, addressed, or referred to.
Okay, dope. So the topic is names, and what I thought of, without even looking it up, what I thought a name would represent is the representation of oneself. That's what I came up with when we sat down, we put it together. And what I think of everyone with a name, your name is you. If I'm addressing you, I address you by your name. Therefore, your name is a representation of yourself. All right. So so one thing I wanted to do to stir conversation is, what comes to mind when you see a name or when you read a name, what comes to your mind, So for example,
so the first thing that came to my mind when I see name, literally the first thing that come to my mind was my name. My real name is Simone. Many of you don't even know that, but my real name is Simone. And one thing I don't like is my real name. And I don't like my real name is because my birth mother gave me that name. So I'm adopted. Some of you may know that. I'm adopted, and my birth mother gave me the name Simone. And I looked it up. The name is in the Bible, and I'm so like my brother's names are Solomon and David are in the Bible too. Those are my brother's name, and that's where my name originally came from. But I don't like my name because my birth mother gave it to me. So I identify with Monaa. Monaa is a name that my family basically came up with. My brothers and sisters and my mom, my adopted mother, who gave me that name. So I adopted the name Monaa. So when Mona or Pink. So when people, ask me what my name is, I say my name is Pink or my name is Mona. So Mona Pink is really my name. This is like my what do you call that word? That's just what I like to be referred as, And I say that because Mona is, I don't know, it sounds like nice, and pink is my favorite color. I got it tatted right here, pink to the day I die. So pink is what I go by. It's something that you represent yourself as. So I represent myself as Mona Pink, and I think that's a name fits me very well. And I don't think Simone fits me at all.
Mm. So we talked about representation of names. So one thing I want to bring up is, what does your name represent? How does your name represent your identity? And that's the biggest thing we get on right now. It's one thing to have a name, and then, what are you representing, and what does your name come with? When people hear your name, what bells does that ring? And I don't mean ring bells as in moving mountains and all that. Just in general, what do people feel when they hear your name or when they see you and they know your name is such and such?
Or like, why do people refer to themselves as other people? Like, for instance, I have a lot of girls on my Facebook. They have their Facebook name Meg the Stallion. Like, why do you want to represent yourself as someone else? Do you see yourself as them? Are you working towards to look like them, to be like them? Stuff like that. Or like, for instance, I have Cash Thomas. I know that's not your name. White Finesse. Why did you guys adopt that name? Why did you make that your Facebook name? Why did you like it?
So for me, going back to when we said what comes to mind when you hear or see names, I think it's really just this person's story. If I look at a name or I see a person, I'm like, who are you? What is this person? For example, I see Zoe, you're clicked in. So Zoe, her name is Zoe. You feel me? Let's say I never met you before in my life. I want to know more. Like, who is this person? This is your title. This is, when I see you, there's more to it than just, you're a human being. You have a name, and therefore you have a story to tell. You understand? And that's the biggest thing. So my name is Olufemi. That's my original name. Olufemi or Olufemi. Those are both correct pronunciations. When you depending on the audience I'm around, my name is seen as a way to, esteem strength. People see certain strength when they see my name because they recognize the Olu prefix. Olu in itself means God. And so when they see that, a lot of Africans in particular, or, they see Olu and they understand.
Africans love his name.
Off rip, they're like, you Nigerian?
Yeah,
and I'm not Nigerian.
Everybody says that all the time.
You have accent. You don't sound like a normal, your typical, American. Where you from? I'm like, I'm Trinidadian, but I have a Yoruba name. And they said, oh, so Olufemi means God loves me. You understand? And that's just what it means. Or God loves you, or who the gods love. And it's interesting. My middle name is Benaiah, and that's a Hebrew middle name. So I have this Yoruba first name and then a Hebrew middle name. And it means the same thing. Benaiah means who the gods love, or God loves you. Or Benaiah was also one of the kings in the Bible. And when I feel my name, when I see my name, I get excited. These days more so than before, because I understand that my name comes with strength. There's certain things your parents name you what they name you. In some cases, your name makes you, untouchable. In some cases, you feel what I'm saying?
Can I say something? I looked up the definition of my name, and it's more so a French name, and it doesn't really have a strong meaning. It just said that it was a lot of people were born to it in the Bible, like they were adopted to it. Like a lot of people named were Simone, but it was spelled a different way. So I don't know. I don't feel like everybody's name means anything. Like I don't know. Like I don't feel like everyone's name means something. It probably was just how the parent felt, or maybe they personally liked them. I'm not gonna tell nobody my middle name, but my mother gave me a middle name. My adopted mother gave me a middle name that she saw off the back of a motorcycle. A motorcycle, yeah, the motorcycle license plate. So yeah, everybody's name don't mean something so significant like his. And if it doesn't, why did you name yourself what you name yourself?
So in that point, I feel like you're missing the point. When it's all said and done, name is a meaning. I never say anything about it being, it has to be this level. I just know that when my name is said, by you calling me by my name, you've already empowered me. So therefore, you've already paid some level of respect to me just by saying my name, Olufemi. You can hate me, but do you really hate me if my name means God loves me or God loves you? You feel what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from. Now, somebody's name might not be, that type of meaning. It might be something very simple. It might mean cup. You feel what I'm saying? Like if your name means cup, that's your name.
Like Bella Smith,
or whatever. Nah, it could be. There's people who really who has like some dope name, but their name just means some object, and that is what it is. But what does that represent? What does that reflect for you?
That would make me feel bad. Not bad. Like I don't want my name to mean cup. Like what? What? I don't want my name to mean cup. Like what? Wouldn't you be mad if your name is Cup? Like what?
Next thing is when your name is set. When you live your life, are you living your life to the standard of your name? Whether it's good or bad. How do you identify with your name? How do your actions identify with your name?
Especially for the people who named after their father or their parent or their mother, or anybody else in their family.
You're like in kind of your parent's shadow, but not. You feel what I'm saying? If you're named after one of your parents, like you're a junior. Yeah, exactly. If you're a junior, what do you feel like you found your sense of self with your name? You feel what I'm saying? Or is it more so, all right, my dad or my mom named me this, so now I'm this. You feel what I'm saying? How have you used your name to grow, into this identity? Does your name hold weight to you? And you guys could definitely comment whenever. Hey, what's good, sis? How you? You guys could definitely respond.
Hey, Asata.
So Asata, perfect example. Asata, if you're tuning in for a little bit, would you like to quickly explain what your name means? Give a quick meaning, sis, real quick. Give you a little 10, 15 seconds. See if you respond or not.
Well, my name is Mona Pink, and I like Mona Pink, so I like when people call me Simone. I hate it when people call me Simone, and a lot of my school friends still call me Simone, like, Halima, or like people I went to school with in high school and stuff like that, or junior high school. It's like, stop calling me that. My name is not. And they got me on Facebook too, mind you. These people from junior high school, I haven't seen them in years, but they still call me Simone, even though my Facebook name is Mona Pink. Why? What's up, Anna?
So names that. So here's one thing. When I started to get into entertainment, when I got interested in entertainment, I started thinking of what names would I want to be called, and I love my name now more so than ever. You feel what I'm saying? I understand my name and I appreciate it, and I feel revived when my name is spoken, or when I say my name, or when I think of my name. You understand? But
Maserati. Why did you name Maserati? In
entertainment, one thing that comes to mind is everybody has their own entertainment name. You understand? Everybody has a name in the industry. Jay-Z, his real name obviously isn't Jay-Z, but what made him get to that? For me, I started to come up with this name of Olu Royale. I know my name is royalty. It's a godly name. It's of God. You know, if we all made in God's image, regardless of what, but you know, my name literally has an aspect of God in it. You feel me? So I just Olu Royale just felt like royalty, you feel me, of God, and it just had a nice ring to it. So when I started doing music or getting into settings like this where we sharing, having these talks, I want to identify as Olu Royale. I never went away from my name. So whether you address me as Olufemi, Royale, Femi, Olufemi, it's all me. You understand? And I appreciate that. So you say you were asking somebody their name, Maserati Rose.
Yeah, I was asking, why did you name yourself that? Bella. Your name been Bella on Facebook for a minute now. Yo, like, comment, subscribe, share. Whoever, I will pick one person to cash out $5 to.
Dope. So Asata just commented. She said, all right. So this is one of my older sisters. Her name is Asata. All right. Her name. She says, my name means multiple things. One of them is a woman in struggle, a warrior woman, a strong woman, etc. Growing up, it was different, and I was made fun of, but now I really do love it. You feel me? And
that's how it will be.
That's really how it is.
But I never felt that way. I never wanted to identify with Simone.
I feel you. So in this case, I mean, I used to live with my sister for a brief period of time when we used to live in Atlanta, and I definitely remember being teased because of my name. Like, honestly,
Olu.
Exactly. It used to be a whole bunch of stuff. I don't even know. It just was uncomfortable. You understand? And I didn't understand. I'm like, damn, why didn't give me the Jonathan or the Andrew or?
Ooh,
I'm like,
fun fact. When I first met him, I did not know how to pronounce his name for months. I was just calling him hey or.
And it was obvious because when somebody doesn't want to address, when someone doesn't want to address you with a name, you just know.
I never said his name. I never said his name for like 5 months. Like, I swear to God, like, I've never said his name. I don't even know when I started saying it. I don't even know when. I think I heard his mother say his name and then I just started saying it or something.
So in different cultures, one thing that stands out is they have naming ceremonies. Would you believe that? In a lot of cultures and societies, there's a naming ceremony. That's how much significance people put on names. So while, in some communities, they don't take too long to find a name. They just think of things that, in other communities, that's really something sacred. You're naming someone, you're giving someone their title. When people see this person or hear this person's name, they're going to identify that person to be with this. You feel me? So that's another thing why I personally think names are important. Like, I would never not put thought into a name. You feel what I'm saying? So
I want to name my child Cameo, and he don't want to.
We're not going to I don't know.
He tight. Why he got tight?
FYI, we have no children on the way at this point in time. We just want to make that very clear for you. All right. And the next thing that comes in mind is branding. You understand? So we talk about making a name for yourself. That includes your brand. You are your brand. People see you. You are your walking, talking salesman, marketing person. You are the number one person on your team. You feel what I'm saying? And how do you develop a brand or a following? Even as simple as having people tune into this live, that's key. You understand? And how do you get to that? What do you do? What's behind your character for people to want to follow you? You understand? And the name determines that, and you build your name based on how you are in different settings. You understand? So you make a name for yourself by doing right or doing wrong or whatever you deem it to be right or wrong. You understand? So it just ups and downs with that. So we're as entrepreneurs right now, we're on the path of branding. This, like I said, this being so simple, just to go on Facebook Live and share a little bit about us with y'all. You guys don't really know much about us, but you learn more about us through this, and you tune in. You understand? You're like, okay, I remember last week they had that going on. That was pretty dope topic. Let me tune in this time, and we may begin to make a name for ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? Little by little. You understand? So regardless of how you feel about it, it's happening.
Right. Do you want to make a good name for yourself or a bad name for yourself? Do you want to, want people to know you as the person that fights a lot, or do you want to be known as the bookworm?
So Asata says, names are powerful. You ever met a Gabby? Gabbies are always talkative. Damn. Well, let me ask you.
Names are always powerful.
Am I Gabby? Am I a Gabby? Gabbling Gabby. Nah, let me stop. I'm just messing with you. So yeah. So Who's that?
Crystal
Okay, never mind.
Rodriguez.
What's good?
See, there's some people that keep their names on Facebook, or their real names, like Crystal Rodriguez. There's some people that keep their real name, but there's other people who don't. You know, they want to, like me, Mona Pink, or like you, Anna Marie, or Bella Smith.
Exactly. What pushes you to
Quay.
changing your name? You know, in any instance, for me, I just honestly like the ring of my name. And if you know my actual name, then that's a beautiful thing. If you can pronounce and appreciate my name, but just know that one thing my father told me, and I'll repeat it, but I didn't give him credit, and I should give him credit because he was one person that told me. He said it wouldn't even matter what somebody says about you when they will address you by your name. Why? Because your name already has powerful meaning to it. You know, you've been named. God loves you. You feel what I'm saying? So if you say, I hate that boy, you just say God loves you anyway. You feel me? I hate you, but God loves you. So that takes out any negativity that you already speak on my name. You feel me? And that's just how I see it. And that's just names.
We still didn't name our cat yet because he's trying to figure out a name. So
careful. Your nails. You heard my cat.
It is his cat because I don't want this. So yeah, this cat name is Cat.
We've been calling the cat for right now, but I like her a lot and she likes me. So now I have two women to deal with now. You understand? One just has no.
You have one woman to deal with, first of all. Stop playing with me.
Okay.
Let's get it.
So listen, that was names. A lot going on with that. Just to leave you with the main topics that we spoke on. We said, what is a name? We defined the name. All right. The definition I came up with was a representation of oneself. Whatever that body is, oneself is that. You understand? And we said, what comes to mind when you hear names? You know, when you hear a name or you see someone's name, what are you thinking about? And some things that we thought of were like someone's story and backgrounds, and you know, who is this person? We talked about the meaning, the meanings of our names, because we only have our names, and if you guys want to tune into, you can do that as well. We talked about that. We talked about how does our name represent our identity. You feel me? We talked about branding and associating our name with our identity, our brand, and how we can develop a good brand, a bad brand. You understand? So that was that, man. Thank you for tuning in to episode 6, the Monaa Royale. Listen, we're on YouTube. Coming to you soon. We're actually recording this as we speak to you guys. So we want to find a way to put all our old content on YouTube, and there's a lot more to come. Eventually, video edits are definitely on the way. But meanwhile, you're getting it raw, uncut. You feel what I'm saying? Straight to the point. You feel what I'm saying? But this is still a little bit of us we share with you. You feel me? And that's what I love most.
I just want to thank everyone for tuning in every single Wednesday. It really means a lot to us. It's gonna be way more stuff to come. A lot of very fun stuff, important stuff, happy stuff. I'm sorry I'm looking at like 3 different phones right now. But yeah, just, continue to tune in, support, because we should be supporting each other regardless. Anybody that, shares this, I'll pick someone to, cash app some $5 to. I know $5 is not a lot, but, like, comment.
Oh, you got money. Shoot, let me go on and shit.
Shut up. Anyway, it's been real, you guys.
Peace. We appreciate it.
T.M.R. That's our name. Later.
Peace.